Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hitting the Bars. I'm your girl Sav, Savvy Wavy 1, and I'm with the lovely Canadian co-host, Keltie.
Hello. I was going to try Savvy Wavy 1 sounds like your username. Was that ever a former username of yours?
It was my Twitter username. I think it still is. I don't use Twitter anymore. I keep it so I can see my old memories of the things I used to say. But we just my friends and I, we used to call me Savvy Wavy 1 because we randomly came up with that. But I did change my username on Instagram recently.
I was going to say, I noticed.
You did? Thank you for noticing. It was hard to get that username.
The reason I noticed is I always wondered. I was like, why don't you just have Sav right? Why'd you have the you had the underscore right with it? Mm-hmm. Was it Sav right underscore? And I was always like, you're better than that. Get rid of that underscore. Yeah.
Sav Wright was, taken because there's a lot of Savannah Wrights in the world. And Michael has a connection. And I guess the previous owner wasn't using it anymore. So we have Sav Wright, no underscore. But I'm when I get married, I am going to change my last name to Hummel. So I'm just going to keep my name Savannah Wright for everything else on social media. So it'll only show on social.
Okay, so funny you said this because I was literally thinking this last night because I was creeping Hailey Bieber because, she's everything in life. And I noticed hers is Hailey Road Baldwin Bieber. Not her actual, I think it's Hailey Bieber is her username. But you know how you have your name and then your username? And so I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to forever be Keltie O'Connor as a username, hold that. And then I'm going to make when I change my last name, that my private account. And then I'm going to have all of them as my name. I'm not even engaged and I'm thinking of this. So maybe this should be you
you're already thinking it through.
Why am I thinking this?
I honestly I wasn't going to change my last name because I like my last name a lot.
Great last name.
And I didn't love Michael's last name. I feel like Savannah Wright has a ring to it, Savannah Lee Wright, where Savannah Lee Hummel just does not ring. But I think Michael would appreciate if I did change my last name as unity. So that makes sense and we can compromise, but I'm still up for debate on keeping Wright in it to some extent.
See how it feels. Test them all. Test them for just claim all the usernames and then test which one feels best. I feel that's the trick with it.
Totally. I totally agree. I mean, low-key, he should just change his last name to Wright because it's such an iconic last name. There's always those jokes thrown around Savannah Wright's always bright. Or I'm left-handed, but she's right. So what is Hummel? What is it? There's no joke for Hummel.
I mean, you could say humble. Kind of
humble.
There's some stuff there. I've always, you want to hear something funny? I always joke that the second I get married, I'm getting rid of my last name because I have that freaking apostrophe, which is the bane of my existence. I don't think if you don't have an apostrophe in your last name, you don't realize the credit card statements online and filling in your last name properly, and then suddenly it's no special characters. But then you have to put your last name properly. But you're not allowed special characters. I'm there's a special character in my last name. So I once went to get my passport renewed and sorry, we can't process it right now because our system isn't reading your last name. I'm you're the passport office. I'm not the only O'Connor out there. There's O'Malley's O'Connor. Funny. But this is the irony to this. So my whole life, I'm the second I'm married, I don't care how bad the last name sounds with my name, I'm changing it. Who do I fall in love with? A man with 3 apostrophes in his name.
Really?
Because he's Swedish. So PRV, there's 3 A's, and they're all the A's with the little tick on the top.
Sorry.
It's all good.
The stopwatch. I did it wrong this time. Again. Timer.
It's all good.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go on. So because he's Swedish, so the A's, there's 3 apostrophes, 3 little dots on all of them. So I'm stuck.
Do you share his last name publicly?
Do people, do I talk? Oh, people could research it, so I'm not hiding. Oh,
okay. I was you're revealing it.
I've revealed who he is. I just don't really reference it. It's one of those things if someone cared, you could find in 10 seconds who I'm dating. He's not he's a Kardashian or something. He's just, it's more, It's nothing to do with his like notoriety. It's just to do with like my relationship. You know what I mean? Like he could be a stay-at-home dad and I'd still just keep him on the DL.
Yeah, no, for sure. That is so funny though, that you're gonna have a rough last name, especially if you keep O'Connor in there as well.
You know what we're gonna do to my children? Just call them like their first name, last name, O'Connor, PRV Svensson, and just make their lives a living hell.
I love it. Might as well. What else are you gonna pass down, right?
You need to give. I like to choose my children's trauma.
There you go. Honestly, there could have been worse. So
exactly,
you could have had like the last name like Dixon or what's a really good. Oh, I knew someone. His last name was Iqbal, and people would call him Icky Balls. Mm-hmm.
I had a friend in high school that was his first name. Oh, so equally same jokes he got, but honestly, he was awesome. He was one of those like really cool, funny guys. So like you couldn't really make fun of him because he would beat you to it. So gave him personality. Trauma gives you personality.
It really does, and it makes you quick to fight back. Or what was it? I like sometimes will use humor to like deflect how I feel. Shall we jump into today's episode though?
Yes, we're back with a, shall I say, cult favorite episode. Our not bi-yearly, quarterly. Yeah, quarterly favorites episode, and it's Winter Baby.
It's winter time. Mariah Carey, she has come out from hiding, from hibernation. She's blowing up all of the commercials. She's blowing up all the radio stations. I use her song like every 5 reels that I do. Every 2 reels, actually. You have to.
People don't even understand, like, all, like, even in my YouTube videos, all the, like, background music and that, it's all, like, copyright-free Christmas carols. It's just the whole vibe.
Yes. There's this one guy I love from Epidemic Sounds. Do you use them? And his name's like Loving Caller or something. Caliber. I wonder. Caliber. But he has the most amazing Christmas music. So if anyone ever watches my YouTube channels during Vlogmas, it's just him singing. And it's so good. And it's copyright free.
Love that. The struggles of copyright free music. But let's not get it because that's a whole episode in itself. Let's just start off. I'm going to ask you number 1. What is your go-to fitness product right now that you're loving? Okay,
my go-to fitness product is I'm really trying to get back into pull-ups since I had my boob job. And I don't know, I feel like it's controversial. Some people are like, wait, you can do pull-ups when you have breast implants? My doctor never said I couldn't. So I've been trying to get back into them. And I have been using like the long, heavy resistant bands. Yeah. And nothing grosses me out more than using the gym's resistance bands. So that's my favorite gym product is I have like saved these bands from Amazon, Gymshark, whatever it is for years. And it was basically COVID, I would use them. And then I put them away when we went to the gym. And now I'm like, this is my time to shine. I don't have to use anyone else's like smelly resistant bands. So, I mean, you can get like the nice high-end ones or you can just go on Amazon and they're like $10 and it's amazing.
Love that. And also, a big reason not to use the ones at the gym, at least this is me, I don't know if it's how people don't wash their hands, don't wash their shoes, I don't know. If I ever use one of those bands and they touch my white sneakers no longer white. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's something, there's always dirt on them. So there's a reason to get your own. Just simply keep your shoes white.
Because you have me. The gym troll that comes in with her outdoor shoes.
Exactly my point. Exactly. I didn't want to say it, but you said it.
We need to do like a funny reel next time we're together of like 2 types of people in the gym.
Honestly, 100%.
I will take the heat for that one because I know my side is gross, but I know that more relate to me.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, more in the States. In Canada, no one relates.
Yeah. You guys are too polite. We need to learn how to be better.
Well, also here it snows so much that if you don't change your shoes, there's a literal footprint path. So it's just there's no escaping it. Like it's like caught red-handed. There's your footprints on the ground. We know who did it.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah. I'm like here.
So it's a little cultural difference.
Never have that. Totally. That makes sense. Well, what is your favorite fitness gym product right now?
Okay, mine's semi-gym related. It's kind of tech/gym related. So it's because so many people have asked about this on my Instagram, and I don't know how to say it because it's kind of an inappropriate name. So it's called a douchebag, but not what you're thinking douchebag. That's the name of the company. I think they've rebranded lately. Now they're kind of going by DB Journey. I think they're doing a rebrand. So if you type either of them, type douchebag, you don't know what you're going to get on the internet for that. But type in DB Journey and it's their backpack. And I don't know how to describe it. It's just the best functional backpack of all time. It looks pretty, you can make them look chic. They have a really big one. They have a smaller one. They're pretty simple. And it's just, they have all the perfect pockets. Like they have the top, a place to put your camera and your phone and stuff like that. So you don't have to open your old backpack. You just have this little section. And then it easily fits in like your shoes, your water bottle, your laptop, like everything just fits so nicely. So it's not just like all jumbled up. So I just get such satisfaction. So I use it as a gym bag and also like my laptop bag. So it's kind of all in one because I'm running around downtown. So I don't get to use I could use a regular gym bag, but when I walk, that causes me to lean one way and back problems. So if you're in the need of a new backpack, highly recommend.
I love that. I have firsthand seen your douchebag. That sounds so weird. But the beautiful blue one that you have that matches all of your things, and it is so neat. Like I like how there's compartments for your camera, the laptop, because you're totally right. When you just like throw everything in a backpack, things get crushed, destroyed, lenses break if you have cameras. Yeah. So that's awesome.
And it's the best if you're someone who like commutes a lot or travels a lot, because you don't have to take everything out to get one thing out. Because it lays flat, you can like just grab out your headphones, just grab out your water bottle. Like you're not like, no one looks cool rummaging through a backpack. That's you can't look cool and do that.
No, I agree.
Okay, next up, skin and hair care. What are you loving?
Okay, for my hair product. So I had a collaboration with this company called Amos shampoo. And I tried them out at first and I was like, wow, I really like it. It's like green tea extract. And like, I sponsored a video on YouTube, but this is not sponsored. I'm actually just obsessed. So the more and more I used it, I loved it. And it's like green tea, like extract is supposed to help with hair loss, like thinning of hair. I have very thin hair, so it's always freaked me out. It's supposed to be like really silky. And the best part is supposed to help with oily hair. And that is me. In Puerto Rico with the humidity, I always just have oily hair. And this shampoo, it's on Amazon. It's like $15. And it is amazing. Literally, my stepmom was here for Thanksgiving and I had her use it because like my hair was soft. It felt like I had a blowout. Like it was amazing. So 10 out of 10 recommend this shampoo. I had never heard of it until they reached out and I was like, you guys make a fantastic product. Props to you.
Okay, that inspired me. I had another one, but I think I'm actually just going to throw in a bonus real fast.
Okay.
Real fast. If you have thin hair, I have naturally thin hair. Oribe, I think is how you say it, Oribe. They have their scalp serum is what it's called. This is a little pink spray. You put it, I've been using it for a year. It has made my hair is thick. And like it is like thick now. And it's all because of that. It just helps like keep your hair like nourished so your strands can actually grow out. And they're just like everything's bonded and it keeps the moisturizer in. And it's worth it. And it's on the expensive end, like $60-$70, but I've only bought 2 and I've used it every time after I shower for a year. So that works out to be like $5 a month. So
I love it.
If you're a thin-haired girl, recommend. Then my actual one, I'll do it real fast then, was going to be the Moroccan Oil Nighttime Serum. So I've talked about this on my channel and on here a lot, but I'm just on a mission to treat my body skin like I do my face. Like I feel like I got a good skincare routine for my face. Like I know I don't always have enough money to pay for the nice facials, but I know how to get my skin looking good. But it's all like I have KP, I have splotchy skin, like naturally just red tinted, and I want to get away from wearing self-tanner. And I want to just get on board with just like having even skin tone and embracing my like natural paler self in the summer or in the winter versus summer when it gets nice and tanned. And so I'm trying to treat my whole body like I would my face. So this oil is like a vitamin C antioxidant and oil. So it really helps with like evening skin tone and moisturizing. So I like usually do a retinol / exfoliator, then this serum, and then a moisturizer at night, like a couple times a week. And my KP has almost disappeared. I'm like not really wearing self-tanner anymore because my like skin tone is a bit more even and less red. So
I love
highly
that.
recommend. Yeah, I think that's I have a prediction that's going to be the next frontier of beauty. Is it's going to be like less self-tan, less that kind of thing, and a bit more of just like treating our body's skincare, like how obsessed people are with their face skin. I think that's going to be the next big thing.
I mean, even think about how people are now using collagen, you know, like to improve their skin. And I think it's fantastic when people are trying to get proactive on it, especially when we're at this age. But even I know my mom, she's 60 now, and she swears by collagen, with it just keeping her skin tighter and things like that. But that's interesting. It's a full body serum. That's cool.
Yeah. It's like, it's so satisfying too, because it's an oil, but I hate ones that make you oily that like, you know, it's going to get everywhere. It doesn't transfer. Your skin just feels really silky after. It's so satisfying. And like, I don't feel like bad about sitting on my couch and I'm going to stain it with oil. That's versus some body oils. I'm like, cool, just wrecked my couch.
Yeah.
For a $5 oil.
Did you ever get your couch fixed?
It's honestly, the stain reacted, like you can't really notice it until you look at it. So I think I will get it professionally
The stain
cleaned,
is trending.
but right now it's like unnoticeable until I point it out. Honestly, it's like relatable.
Well, I got a new couch from Costco and I was really proud, and it's dark gray, and I made the mistake of eating zebra popcorn. It's caramel corn and chocolate. And I had my parents, my dad and my stepmom, and my dad was sitting in this corner, and I know for a fact my dad was spilling on himself. I was giving him napkins. I was like, Dad, do not get this couch dirty. What did I find the other day? Some chocolate on the couch. So I need to get that cleaned as well. I know. I was like, Father, I should have had the lights on, should have make Michael and I sit on the floor when we eat our dinner if we're watching like a TV show, because I'm so paranoid about getting this couch dirty. And I went and got it dirty. My dad, I can't believe he did it. Dropping it.
I love that your parents, you are now the parent.
Yes.
The roles have been reversed. You're the one telling your dad not to eat on the couch. I'm like, when did that happen?
I knew it was going to happen, though. There was one night I was like, Dad, like he had crumbs everywhere. And I was like, oh no. There's only time you're just going to turn over and it's just going to fall and melt. And that's what happened. So it was my fault because I allowed everyone to eat this zebra popcorn. It was probably the worst thing I could have let anybody eat. It's because I wanted it.
Ugh.
And I had to share.
Well, that kind of works out. Worth it. Well, I wonder if the zebra popcorn is your answer to the third category. But
my current food obsession. It's a drink, but it's what I have right now. If anyone watching from YouTube, it is the Ghost hot cocoa protein, and I put marshmallows in it. And I am a hot cocoa whore. Okay, I love Nestle. I love anything I don't care if it's powdered. I don't care if it's organic. Give me whatever. It could be cement, as long as it tastes like hot cocoa. I'm there, and I will have it. And so the Ghost hot cocoa, I was like, I've never had it. I'm a little skeptical because it's protein, and there's about 20 grams of protein in it, and you put a full scoop, and you basically heat up some water. I pour a splash of milk, and they put marshmallows on top. I was like, I don't know. Like, protein can kind of taste grainy sometimes. Dude, this literally tastes like any hot cocoa mix I've had. So I've been having it every single day, and it's part of my meals with, marshmallows.
I love it. So funny. My two best friends, Ash and Amy, are going through a hot cocoa phase right now. Hot cocoa is like 90% of our group chat conversation. So I'm just surrounded by hot cocoa loving girls. Like, that's my type.
I love it.
My friends are girls that love hot cocoa. Those are my besties.
There you go. What is your current food obsession?
Okay, I haven't even had it yet, but I'm just waiting to find it because this is my obsession every year, starting December 1st. Those Baileys filled chocolates. Do you know the ones I'm talking about? They're like Bailey's chocolate. Anyways, they're just like a chocolate ball with Bailey's in the inside. Ooh. Oh my Lord, do I ever love them. Those just like alcohol infused chocolates, they're just a dirty pleasure. I just love those things. So that's my goal for the next couple of days, is find somewhere.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not like an old person thing?
It is. It is, totally is. And then there was just at one point, I just really started liking them. I don't know what it was. And I was just like, you know what? Something about that alcohol mixed with the chocolate, it's just
Do you
divine.
like the wine?
Especially the Bailey. Ooh, no, I can't do the wine ones. Those ones.
Okay, yeah. I have
every once in... Oh, go on.
Oh, I have this vivid memory of my great uncle giving me chocolate when I was a kid because he wanted to see my face react. He was such a funny uncle. And I bit into it and wine spilled all over me and it went in my mouth. And I thought it was the grossest thing. And I have not tried it since.
Oh, no. That's, no, the ones I get are either the Baileys or there's this one company and it comes in these cute little like glass boxes and they're all like champagne flavored and all these. So like they're more so flavored, those ones, than actually have alcohol, but like I'll show you them. They're really cute. So I know the old people ones. I'm not for the old people ones that are like the hard scotch and wine and they're like dark chocolate. I'm like, no, I want like the milk chocolate ones with champagne.
Yeah.
Are the vibes that I'm going for.
I like that.
I'll send you some photos.
Okay. I'll try it out.
Well, I feel you just kind of said one, but what is your go-to coffee/drink order right now?
Okay. Well, I'm a coffee fiend. I'm a little coffee. I'm saying all these hot cocoa whore, a coffee slut. Well, I worked at Starbucks, so I love mixing with Starbucks and doing like non-traditional coffees. Iced Americano. I always tell people do 4 pumps of pumpkin spice and a splash of cream. Try the creme brulee if they have it, because like in Puerto Rico we don't have it, but when I go back to the States I always get it, and it's like this really thick caramel. At least when I worked there, that's what it was, and it is phenomenal. It's like an iced caramel Americano on steroids. So iced caramel with caramel brulee and a splash of cream. Oh, iced Americano. There we go.
Stunning.
Well,
mine it's just a bit more of like it needs a bit of respect. You know what? I'm a little sad because the shortbread latte, delicious. Pumpkin spice, delicious. Eggnog, which they canceled this year, very upset, delicious. You know what doesn't get enough love? The Irish cream Americano. That is so good. And like no one ever talks about it. I was like, that's an underappreciated at Starbucks. So that's like my go-to. And everyone's like, they have pumpkin spice. See? No one even talks about it. I was like, it is so good. It's one of my favorite holiday ones. So it's just like,
I'll try it.
Just think of like, have you ever had like Irish cream, like that flavor of like coffee creamer? Oh, no. It's honestly very much like Bailey's in your coffee vibe. It kind of tastes like that.
Okay. And wait, so the eggnog is canceled?
Yeah. Not canceled, but it didn't come back this year.
Well, that's so sad. Michael and I were just saying, he was like, I can't wait to have an eggnog latte when we're in New York.
Well, there's plenty of places that still have eggnog lattes, just
but not
Starbucks doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Wow, cancel Starbucks. What the heck?
I know. Like, that's like a cult. That's like that and like the peppermint white mocha also. Like every year, those are so good.
Oh, you know what you should try? It sounds a little fruity and not the best, but it is so good. My mom even loves it, and she's very picky. White mocha with raspberry. They have raspberry syrup there. It's so good. Sounds weird, but it's so good.
You know what? That's so funny you say that because I also had another little coffee obsession I'm having right now because I think people are also sleeping on it. The Nespresso pods came out with a festival. They have their festive ones, and they have one that's raspberry. And at first I got the gingerbread, I got the hazelnut, and then I was like raspberry. I was kind of like, raspberry coffee? I don't know. That sounds like summery and all that. Oh my God, it might be the best Nespresso pod of all time. It's so good.
Okay, I'm going to the Nespresso store in New York, so I'm gonna try this.
So who knew raspberry is the underdog of Christmas festivities?
Wow, who knew? Did you try their peppermint? I'm really looking forward to trying that peppermint pod they have.
I didn't get it this year. I got it last year. I got it, and I would mix it with a bit of cocoa, so kind of make like a peppermint mocha coffee. There's a little hack for you.
Okay.
Or just get like chocolate. Not like most people don't just drink chocolate milk, but like the chocolate flavored almond milk and all those. Add that to it. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, next up on our winter favorites. What is your go-to clothing item or something you're obsessing over, I should say?
My clothing item is something I'm wearing as we speak, and Gymshark is dropping new Rest Day. If anybody knows their collections well, the Rest Day is like cozy sweatshirts, sweatpants, everything's baggy, loungy, traveling, and they have these beautiful flared woven pants. I hope I described them properly right there.
I said they're ripped.
So
ripped flavored. Ripped. That's like
no, that's a different one.
Oh, they changed it up.
Look if you can see it, and it's like basically woven. It's like it feels like a blanket on me. Cool. And it's brown. So it's very where the other one, you're right. The other one was blue and black, so like brighter springy colors. Mm-hmm. This one I think is supposed to be like for colder seasons, like cozy. I just imagine wearing this on Christmas Day situation when you wake up with your PJs. But that's my favorite clothing at the moment because I don't really leave my house. So that's all I wear.
Tis the season. Well, mine is oddly quite similar as well. So we're just on the same vibes. So my go-to clothing item is the Lululemon Groove High Rise Flared Nulu pants. That is a mouthful. I even had to write that down. But it's pretty much Lulu's number one like flared leggings. I posted about the brown ones on my YouTube, and people love them, and like my best friends love them. They're just, I found them the most. There's a lot of leggings on the like flared leggings on the market, like just the classic legging material kind of thing, and these by far are the most flattering, and they are so silky and soft and hug you in, and they're all a little bit long on purpose because at Lulu they do free hemming. So I feel that's a big thing with flared leggings is like getting it fit you right, because my shorter girls it never fits right, or longer girls, so they're all quite long, and then just get it hemmed and it's super flattering. So those are, I have them in brown, and I'm about to buy another pair in black because they're so nice.
That is so cool. They have free hemming.
Yeah, Lulu. So if you'll notice, most of Lulu's products are a little long. So and you can get almost anything hemmed, like even their t-shirts, their leggings, everything. So that's why if you ever got them, you're like, oh, why are they so long? They do it on purpose, so you can get them hemmed for free.
Wow, that's cool. That's great to know. I love that. I love when a company goes above and beyond for customer service. I think that's neat.
Oh yeah, another above and beyond with Lulu. If you didn't know, if any of your products wear out, you can bring them back in and get a new one because they all have lifetime warranty. So like I had a backpack last year that the zipper ripped.
What?
You just bring it in, and if they have, and like literally they're like, oh, so sorry, we don't carry it in this color anymore, but you can grab any one you want. I'm like, oh, that's fine. But yeah, a lot of people scam it. But if you have any product like the seams ripped off or anything like that, so that's why I've always promoted Lulu's, because like once you buy one of them, you have it for life, because whenever it wears out, you can go get it brought in and get it. Either they'll try and fix it sometimes, or they'll just give you a new one.
That is so cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, there's a little hack.
Especially with their leggings. They're iconic leggings.
Yeah. So if you have a pair of rusty old leggings in your back closet you don't use from Lulu, go get yourself a new pair.
I used to have, when I was in college and I lived in a sorority, we have a house mom. And her name was Margaret. She was super sweet, little old woman, crazy chain smoker, but she really knew how to sew back a pair of yoga pants. And I remember it was the black flared Lulus, and
OG.
I would come to her at least once a month, and because the seam would always rip. I'm pretty sure I still have these leggings, and she would like sew them back. She'd be like, okay, Miss Savannah, and like she'd have it ready within a day, and then I'd come back and she probably thought I was a crazy girl, like, why are you ripping your seam? And I'm like, no, I work out, I swear.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was awkward. She definitely cracked some jokes, and I was like, no, I like to work out. But yeah, that's my memory with Lululemon.
There's many of other things that could cause that rip, so the jokes are endless with that.
Forever endless. I know. I set myself up for it, but I was like, please just fix the seam, because I don't want my crotch hanging out.
I love that. Speaking of working out, what is your go-to workout obsession right now?
Okay, go-to workout obsession. And I think not a lot of people can relate to this because they don't live in a warm climate. But it is finally feeling like a little bit cooler on the island. It's like, it's always 85 no matter what, but the humidity is what changes. And so I don't necessarily have to wear a jacket, but at least I can run during the day. And in our neighborhood, I have this really nice loop that I run. And if you do it twice, it amounts to like about 2 miles. And it's just like something about getting fresh air. Even like when I go to New York tomorrow, I'm going for fun, and I have a dress fitting for the wedding. And I plan on running outside. Just because like I think it's good to switch up your environment. And like I know it can be cold, and of course like watch for ice and snow. That's dangerous. But right now, my go-to workout is I'm just really enjoying running outside again. Now that I don't live in New York and I'm not constantly like, with the smog and the honking and the cigarettes, I just have been really enjoying being outside constantly in nature.
I love that.
That's my workout. What's yours?
Well, before I hop onto mine, I'll just do one little quick tip, because my DMs get blown up for how I run in the winter because of like ice and snow. I'm just going to give one tip. Just don't run. Like, I mean, go on your run, but when you see ice, you can stop and walk it or just really slowly jog. Like, don't think you have to keep the same pace for your whole run. So I know I just get a lot of DMs. Be like, how'd you make sure you don't slip? I'm like, when you see an icy spot, just go nice and slow and then speed back up. So there's my... It seems so obvious, but runners are insane. We're all like, we think we have to go this pace and keep it up. And like, you see ice, it's okay to stop and walk.
Yeah. Wait, quick question. Do you have snow? Because Seattle has a ton of snow right now.
Yeah, we have snow here in Vancouver. So
that is crazy. That's like insane that there's snow, and there's been snow for like a week.
Christmas miracle, you would say. I'll take the snow over the rain any day. Give me -10 in snow versus like 5 above and rain.
But the problem, and of course this doesn't matter because we're not in school, but growing up in Seattle, okay, we love a snow day, but the problem when it's a week straight of snow, and like anytime at least Seattle would get even a centimeter of snow, they cancel school because people cannot drive in snow there. Like they just don't have cars. We just never get snow. And so if you miss like over a week of school, they keep pushing back your summer. So I'm thinking of them because we had that one time when I was in high school and we pushed back our summer by like 2 weeks.
Wow. I can't relate.
All fun and games until...
In Edmonton, like -30, outdoor recess. Like they honestly...
Oh my gosh.
That's a joke. I think it's like -30 is when they call indoor recess. So kids are still going to school, playing outdoors in like -25 in Edmonton. And that's why in my life, anyone's like, you're such a hard worker. I'm like, nothing will be as hard as grade 3 Keltie's recess. Like, that was peak hard.
Oh my God.
just huddling together, waiting for that recess bell. Be like, we just want to go in. We don't even want to play. That's honestly probably illegal now. Looking back at like,
probably.
Honestly, and that's why we have 2 pairs of shoes because, you know, when you're 3 years old, you're used to being sent out. And that was another thing, not to change the subject real fast, but we had a snow day here in Vancouver because there was a centimeter of snow. I think like the average in Edmonton in like is 10 centimeters of snow, like each snowfall. I'm like, a centimeter? We're canceling for a centimeter?
Oh yeah. No, it was fantastic as a kid. Yeah. You're like, you would literally look outside and there'd be little flakes and they'd be like, okay, the buses are here early. You need to go home. Like back then, that's the best. It's like, there's no worry. You're not thinking about going to work. You're not scared of anything. You're just like, I gotta go home, have hot cocoa and play with the neighborhood kids.
I love it. Okay, back to our favorites. Mine is a current app I'm using. It's more so of like I'm testing it right now. I am enjoying it, but I'm testing it for upcoming video. But it's called Forma. And it's funny, actually, you might remember her. So I've been looking at just Pilates, a new Pilates workout I want to do. And I was researching who Hailey Bieber and Kendall Jenner go to, and it's called Forma. And you've probably seen it, like whenever they take like the Pilates selfie after a workout, there's like, it's always at this Pilates. It's super exclusive, small, like I think there's only like 8 reformers. It's like invite only kind of thing. They do have an app you can use. So that's what I've been doing.
Wow.
I didn't even put in 2 together. I was Googling about it. We did the class. Do you remember the Pilates workout we did with Gymshark at the Whitney event in LA? Yeah, that was, that's Hailey Bieber and Kendall's like Pilates teacher. And she only teaches a few people. It's like super exclusive. I'm like, I was like, how did this go over all of our heads when that was happening? Because then I was researching and I remember like talking to her after and being like, I loved your class. It was so good. And I had no idea. And then now I'm researching it and I was researching it and like stumbled across my own YouTube video about when we did her class.
That is insane. And it's weird because they weren't shy to say like if they were celebrity trainers because we had the following day we had Cardi B's trainer.
Exactly.
So like that's so weird. Maybe she's just a little humble queen.
Exactly. So I loved it. Anyways, been loving that, and I'll have a full review. We'll talk about it in our like New Year's trends. We'll be doing that like trends for 2023. So I'll tell you like a full review of it. But that's what I'm using right now.
Wait, quick question on it. Do you need a reformer to take the
app has both. So the app has mat Pilates and a reformer on it. So and luckily
cool. How much is the
like $40 or something? So it's expensive for an app for sure.
Oh, okay.
But like I'm also testing it so I can kind of justify it for my YouTube, and that's even why I'm testing it. I'm like, it's expensive, so I wanted people to do it that they know it's worth it. So that's kind of the point of my YouTube channel.
Do you get new videos?
They update it weekly. She always puts out new ones, and then the whole bunch are old ones.
Is it $40 a month? I'm over here like, do I get this app?
I'll have to look after, because I've only been on it
Because I'm like, $40 a month for an app would be mind-blowing.
I can't. But like, just to put in context, like that's what I was saying. She's super exclusive. Like she'd be one of those people that it's like $300 a session kind of thing. Like Pilates is insanely expensive. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. There's a Pilates near me that I was like, oh, I'm going to go take a class. And I look it up, $150 a session. Like with group. And I'm like, never mind. I will YouTube
That's
it.
why I'm hoping this is good. And then people can have like a cheaper version. But review coming soon.
Yeah.
Now, to wrap up, I thought a really nice little, we haven't done really category like this, but the holidays, if they're one thing, it's taxing on our mental health. So I thought, what is like a tool / protocol product that you've been helping to just manage your mental health over the holidays?
Mine is, I have a few. Like currently I'm looking into BetterHelp to get back into doing therapy. And I don't really have anywhere around me. So I thought, why not try it virtually? So that's something I will give you guys an update when I do it. I was planning on signing up after New York because it is, I think it's about $80 a week. So it is a lot, but you get one session a week. So I thought that was really nice and appealing. But I've been looking into that, but honestly, this one's just a no-brainer to me. The first thing that came to my mind is Pinterest, and that's because it is creative, aesthetic, and you can curate like your feed and what you want to see and what you don't want to see. And I don't know why, for years, it's just been something that I will go on when I'm anxious, when I am killing time, but I don't want to necessarily go on social media. It's just like a safe space for me, and you can get quotes, you can get wedding dresses, you can get literally anything. You can type in trees, aesthetic Christmas, and you're just going to be filled with happy Christmas vibes. So that's also a mental health tool for me, at least.
That's good. Pinterest is it's a safe place. Pinterest is a safe place. I love it.
It is. No one's mean there. There's no like hating. You know, you go on TikTok, people are mean. You go on Instagram, people are mean. Nobody's mean on Pinterest. They're just happy and they're just do it yourself. Get girlies doing something.
It's just creativity. That's what I like. It's just like it's literally a mood board is really what it is, which is so nice.
100%.
Mine is the tool I use is Canva, but how I've been using it is I feel for me, my biggest stress in the holidays is being pulled in 100 different directions and feeling like I don't get what I need to get done because I'm catering towards everyone else and naturally being a people pleaser, but you also want to be at everything. Like you want to do it all. And the reality is we can't. So I simplify my like 5 things I concentrate on, whether it be like my YouTube, the podcast, my relationships, music, I can't even remember the other one. And like my health. And I was like, those are the 5 things. And then I make my own daily like health to-do list on Canva to make it nice and pretty. And I print that out every day. And I make sure amongst all the other protocols, I'm like, I have to schedule in these things every day. I have to schedule in a moment to breathe. So a hot girl walk, something to move my body, something to work on my YouTube, something to work and just like make sure every day. And it's so simple. And it could just literally be like, just remind me I have those 10 little checkoffs every day and I have to put those in before I spread myself too thin. And then I'm like, hey, on top of that. And instead of being like, don't try and do a new workout program, don't try and do all this stuff. Like that's kind of what January is about. Just like be like, just have your basic foundations covered and make sure you have that. And then you just feel a bit more like I feel secured when you're pulled in all the other directions because you know you worked on your mental health, your physical health. So I don't know if that really answers it, but that's even just like how I reframe it is like don't expect yourself to do everything, but just have your core priorities covered first and then go have fun with the rest.
Oh, I love that. I love that you use Canva to kind of stimulate your mind as well. So you're not like, oh, I have to make this list.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a big thing. And that's on like, if you've been watching my new YouTube series, that's how I do. I get a lot of questions like how I make all those templates that people see. And it's all on Canva. Because then I can make it by hand. But I'm like, it's kind of like a nice, then you're spending 30 minutes on it to make the template, not 8 hours to make a template. That's not actually productive. That's false productivity. So Canva kind of helps that.
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, Canva sponsor us because you and I both are avid. I pay for like the pro. Like I love all of the options Canva they have on there.
Honestly, one day it will be such a natural integration. Where's this sponsorship? Where is this? One day.
Exactly. Come
2023 goal.
Well, that wraps up our That wraps up our winter favorites. I hope you guys liked this episode. We thought we'd make it short, sweet, and simple. And yeah, anything you want to touch on before we
I will
say
say,
goodbye,
pretty soon
Keltie?
we will be doing a big push towards our New Year's resolutions. Obviously, it's such a big thing in the fitness industry. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want us to comment on, whether it be new trends, how we handle it, slide into our DMs and we'll make sure to cover all those in the upcoming New Year's resolutions. Bye.